What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to 55 Fandom. So, seeing as Sonic Movie 4 has been announced for April 2027, I thought, well, before the year's over, I might as well review the third. Truth be told, I haven't had the time, as I've been trying to balance Christmas and my channel, but I finally got time to see this peak movie. So, before we start, as I say, with every Sonic vid I do, I am a major Sonic fan, and I've played every game, so I love Sonic. And to my delight, Sonic 3 takes major inspiration from Sonic Adventure 2, which we all know is the best Sonic game, which works in the film's favour. There are so many key moments where I was screaming and saying, "Oh my god, I've waited for this for so long." Super Shadow vs Super Sonic, Gerald and Ivo Robotnik in game-accurate suits, which look amazing by the way, Shadow's introduction, the death of Maria, all those events speak to me as a Sonic fan and enhanced the film for me. And it made it definitely better than Sonic 1, because that's what I look for from a Sonic movie, the game accuracy. This Sonic movie is absolutely the best of the three, without a doubt, and it takes the problem of the human characters taking the spotlight away from Sonic and the gang, and it dumbs it down drastically in Sonic Movie 3. Instead of giving Rachel and her fiancé Randall a story, there's a plot where Maddie and Tom have a cloaking device that turns them into Randall and Rachel. So, to you three Rachel and Randall fans who wanted to see them again, there they are. But all the human character plots are intertwined with Team Sonic and aren't separate stories like in Sonic 2, which is as good of a compromise until humans are completely written out of this franchise, if it ever happens. Team Sonic gets an ample amount of screen time, with each member having moments to shine. Knuckles saving his brothers when they're falling to Earth, Tails hacking into the London security system, and Sonic's speed is showcased in the coolest way and the best it's ever been showcased in the series. Everyone gets a major moment to shine, and the brother dynamic between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles is at the heart of this story, and is built upon from what Sonic 2 set up, and it's so endearing. However, what I do want to talk about is a problem that all three films have faced. I know the predominant audience of these movies is children, but the humour in all of these movies has always been, to put it bluntly, more misses than hits.
Okay, he took us all at once.
Weakling.
When I'm trying to get invested in Shadow's dynamic with Team Sonic, and Sonic cracks an unfunny joke, it sours the whole scene. Keeping on the subject of comedy, the physical comedy legend Jim Carrey also gets his multiplied moment to shine by playing Gerald and Ivo Robotnik. Ivo gets quite a fascinating arc about family and thereby the lack of it, and that's why he so heavily leans on Gerald in this movie, and that's why he's so easily manipulated into joining Gerald as a co-villain of the film. And I applaud Jeff Fowler and the team for actually giving Robotnik an engaging arc and backstory as to why he is who he is. This is where the comedy comes from. The only time I think the comedy got out of hand was when Gerald revealed his true intentions to Ivo, and then they engaged in fighting each other with mechanical animal weapons, and Gerald started spanking Robotnik. It was all a bit too much for me. But, I say again, Jim is a comedy genius, and he still got the most laughs out of me in this movie. And when he made his sacrifice and realised Agent Stone was always his companion, I literally cried. Whether he comes back for Sonic 4, I don't know. I don't think I'd want him back though, as his sacrifice completed this version of Robotnik's character arc fully. If a Robotnik does come back in the future, maybe make it his cousin, or a Robotnik from an alternate timeline. The only thing I'd want him back for is to be in a proper fat suit, in a game-accurate suit, fighting Sonic in the Death Egg and screaming, "I'll get that hedgehog!" Gerald Robotnik, I loved him in this movie. I thought his motive made absolute sense. If I had a superpowered hedgehog at my disposal and someone killed my granddaughter, I'd blow up humanity too. And the fact that he's willing to kill himself as well as to see Maria again is what made him great and so dangerous, because people are at their most dangerous when they have nothing to lose. Also, when Gerald said to Ivo, You know, Maria. That's when things got real. The theatre went dead silent, as if to say, oh damn! Talking about Maria, I thought the relationship between Shadow and Maria was awesome. It could have been a bit more fleshed out, but it was still great. And when she told him that a star burns bright, even if it's dead and gone, heartbreaking. Especially when she dies. I obviously didn't think they were going to shoot a girl on camera, although I had my fingers crossed. But they show the explosions and show the aftermath of Maria's dead body on the floor. I also liked that they made it so the army man from the first movie was the one that caused the accident, and that he actually got killed in this movie. It showed me that the franchise wasn't afraid to take risks and amp up the stakes. And when Shadow nearly killed Tom, thinking he was the army guy, I was like, oh! Tom's injury wasn't just the perfect way to get the humors out of the story, but also gave emotional stakes and anger for the character of Sonic to be able to be a foil to Shadow. Then, the final 30 minutes becomes a game-accurate Sonic Adventure 2 movie, and I was absolutely losing it. Base Shadow whooping Super Sonic makes sense. Shadow was created from the DNA of Black Doom. They both, Sonic and Shadow, go super as Live and Learn plays in the background. Oh my lord, I had to be lifted out of the theatre. This is why Sonic 3 is the best video game movie. It gives the fans what they want while still also having an awesome story as well. The only two negatives I'd say is that this Sonic movie 3's pacing is super fast. Everything goes bang, bang, bang. I think Sonic 2 managed this pacing best. It's great to just rush to Live and Learn, but I would have loved to spend some more time in the emotional moments. Another thing is that Keanu Shadow's line delivery is sometimes a bit wooden and plain in places, where the voice may be needed to be more emotional. But that's just a minor thing. The action scenes go big in this movie. They are the best action scenes you will ever see from a Sonic movie, maybe even in live action. I just couldn't ask for a better movie that adapts the games perfectly. What could happen in Sonic 4? I think maybe people are saying Sonic Heroes. Team Chaotix haven't been introduced, so I don't know how many new characters you can introduce in one film. So I think maybe they go more from a Sonic CD point of view. That's just my personal opinion. Also, let me just praise the animation. Sonic and the gang looked so real in this movie. I think they are real. I think they've just got them locked up in Area 51 and they bring them out for these movies. The animation is spectacular. But guys, that was my thoughts on Sonic 3. Let me know what you thought about the film down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.